There have been many harrowing stories of trekkers lost in the woods, trapped under boulders or fallen trees, and doing the unthinkable to survive, amputating a limb. Yet this story, the story of Michael Sorrentino, is almost too terrifying and stupendous to believe. Luckily for us, it was all caught on tape. This is Sorrentino's first-hand account of an innocent hiking trip that left him scarred for life.
It was early in June, and I decided to go for a 3-day hike up in the Alma-Dalma-Galmagos, about an hour north of New York City. I'm a pretty experienced hiker and outdoorsman, so I didn't think it necessary to give anyone my information. Plus, I don't really have many friends. I also left my cell phone at home since I was over in my minutes for the month. It was early in the day, about 2 hours into my hike, when I stopped for a rest on this rocky outcropping here. It was a really beautiful day out, and I felt great. When I looked down and saw what I thought was a dime down in the crack between the two boulders. In hindsight, I should have let it go.
Oh, shit. Ugh.
But foolishly, I dug deep into that crevice. I could almost reach it, but not quite, and it became almost a matter of pride. And just when I thought I could feel it on my fingertips, I realized there was a lot of pressure on my arm. I pulled backwards a bit, but I couldn't move. My arm was wedged in the crack. At first, I was pretty calm, and I tried pulling and pushing at different angles. I really didn't think I'd be stuck there like all those awful stories you read about, but after about 15 minutes of this, it struck me that I probably would be. I was pretty upset for several hours.
I can't get out. I can't get out.
I actually fell asleep after a while, but when I woke up, I felt much calmer.
Christina, I love you. No, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna fucking get out. I'm gonna get out.
I started to realize, hey, this is a pretty popular trail, and there was a good chance that someone would come by and find me. At this point, I was feeling pretty positive, and the main problem was, what to do with my time. Luckily, I had some entertainment in my pack. This helped pass the time for the next few hours. I didn't really get worried until it got dark. I realized I'd be spending the night out there. It was a bit unsettling. I know there had been bear sightings, and the forest is just a creepy place to be in general at night, and it got to be pitch black. I decided that I needed to draw attention on myself in case people were hiking nearby, but out of visual range. So I started to sing.
And I wish that I was not stuck at all. Or I wish that I was much, much more tall. And I wish that time I could
sang and sang and sang, but to no avail. I would stay alone for the next 3 days. I really started to become miserable. I was in pain. I was running out of power bars and water.
Fucking water! Can't you have some water? You can have some water. You have some water. Have some water. Have some steak. Have some fucking steak. You want some steak? You have some steak? Take all day to get the fucking water.
I smelled disgusting. Eventually, on the 4th day, I realized I had to do something. I could no longer feel my fingers, and I was out of food.
I just want to go. I want to go home.
If I didn't get out that day, I knew in my heart I would die there. So I started looking for something to cut my arm off. I didn't have a knife, so it wasn't looking good for me. Eventually, I realized there was only one thing I could do. Chew my own arm off. Finally, I had freed myself from the rock, and it was a great feeling. I had been trapped there thinking I was going to die for 5 days. And to be able to move again, to actually think I was going to live, it was one of the best moments of my life. This was followed by one of the worst moments of my life. was so angry at myself for being so stupid. I ruthlessly attacked my leg.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Chewing away, half to free myself, half to get my anger out on something. I was about halfway through when I realized I was chewing the wrong leg.
Sorrentino spent the next 4 hours crying and chewing off his other leg. By the time he was done, he had lost 7/8 of his blood. One arm, one leg, and had seriously wounded his other leg. He couldn't walk, had no food, and no water. But just when things seemed to be at their worst, there was a ray of hope.
I was pretty delirious at this point, but at least I was free. I used my arm to pull myself along the ground to my bag. I figured there'd be no way out, but at least I could enjoy my last few hours alive. For some reason, I looked in the smaller pocket of my bag. I wish I would have done this earlier, and I found that I actually did bring my cell phone with me. The realization was pretty painful, but at this point, I was beyond pride. I dialed the first number that came into my mind, which unfortunately was my ex-girlfriend's.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm okay.
After accidentally calling Christina Tucker, his ex-girlfriend, Sorrentino was able to get in touch with his mother, who called the police.
Yeah, I don't think I can make that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I would have called earlier. I was stuck in the middle of something.
I'm just really happy to be alive. Obviously, it's been hard to adjust to life with one arm and no legs, chest, stomach, or lower body. I don't get out much. My basketball game has taken a serious turn for the worst, and I can't say I've been dating much, although that really hasn't changed much. I spend most of my time these days playing video games and chess. I read a lot. Sleep. It's really not that bad. The worst part is the nightmares. I dream of being back there, stuck in that crack. For some reason, lobsters are pinching me, and I'm naked.